right, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Kahalal Yahweh. Oh shit. You good? Okay. Kahalal Yahweh. Hashem Yahawashi. Hashem Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of great Muslim and well. And salutations to the brother on the four corners of the earth, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. This is Great Millstone, Wisconsin. Great Millstone Fortress, coming at you with another live show. Today's show is going to be about, the liberty of the world versus the liberty of Yahawashi. Because people have, or especially men that come to the truth, have things misconstrued with what you can and what you cannot do and the action that you can perform in the truth and not in the truth, And it's a lot of confusion concerning Great Millstone and these other Israelite camps, based off of what they put out in the public eye to be viewed and what should be done and what shouldn't be done in the public eye, Not only that, but what you should and shouldn't do to your brother, or how you should act and how you shouldn't act around younger brothers to not offend and things of that nature, because you have other camps out here doing things like picking up arms and picking up swords and, proclaiming themselves extremists, proclaiming themselves, terrorists and things like that, or making it seem like they're terrorists, but that is not what the truth is about, It's true. Just because you have liberty to do certain things in the world does not mean that you have liberty to do those things in the sight of Yahawashi and Yahawashi, because a lot of things that these camps do offend. Take, for example, ISUPK, they promote getting your concealed carry license, and they promote going to gun shows and going to the gun range, which there's nothing wrong with, but that's something that you don't publicize, That's something that you don't publicize in the public eye. Why? Because the public eye is against Yahawashi and the men of Yahawashi already, The world is against the so-called Israelite movement, as so to speak. So why would you put things out there to be deemed that it can be easily deemed as negative,
Yeah, because this is basically, once again, Esau, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomites. All right, this is the time that they've been fearing. All right, this is their worst. This is going to be their worst nightmare, man. All right, so they're gonna pretty much fight for what's theirs, and they ain't taking no threat lightly,
Yeah.
And the biggest threat to them, once again, is Yahawashi and Yahawashi, man.
Yep.
All right.
That's right.
And you gotta wait upon the Lord, and you gotta move out here like, you just gotta be smart and wise when you move, man.
I think that Genesis 11.
All right, Genesis 11:6. It says, "And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language."
Yeah. So this is back in the Tower of Babel. This is ancient Babylon, which now today Babylon is America, man. And back then the people were one. As now today the people are one, and have one language. Our one language today is English, Go ahead.
All right, it says, "And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them."
Right. They began to do, and nothing shall be restrained from them. So back in ancient Babylon, when the people came together and they were of one language, guess what? That mixed all manner of culture. That makes all manner of ideals and philosophies, man. Just like now in America, we have all manner of culture, ideals, and philosophy. And now people are starting to mix cultures. People are starting to create different manners of wickedness, different manner of doing things in the world, So while they were in the world, they had liberty, meaning they had freedom to do things. But the things that they chose to do were wicked, man.
Sure.
Just like the things that people choose to do now today are wicked, man. Twerking, what I'm saying? The women showing their jiggly puffs for the whole world to see.
Their private parts, man, their secret parts.
Yeah. You got men showing, acts of violence, out in the public eye, man. You have people doing all manner of wickedness, eating abominable foods and publicizing and thinking and having people think that it's the right thing to do in society, man, especially Israel, and that's not what it is, man. And there's a reason why, well, when you look at the liberty of the world, the Lord came down and he separated everybody, man. He put it all to an end because there's things that certain things aren't expedient for everybody, man.
That's right.
You know, just like the other nations can eat abominable foods, but we can't, man. You know, they can do certain things. They don't have to follow the law, but we do. Come on, they don't have to follow the law, but we do, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, and nothing now will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Yeah, which they have imagined to do. And man is inwardly wicked, man. The scriptures say the heart is deceitful above all things, man. So man is desperately wicked, man. So everything that they imagined to do was wickedness, man. And the thing is, my point I wanted to get to earlier is Jacob take that same liberty that they had in the world to create or to imagine certain things, but those certain things will be wicked. They'll take that into the truth and try to conjure up the same wickedness, right, and apply it, man. And you can't, such as defrauding your brother, man. Let's say let's say you defrauded, your brother in the world, and you come to the truth, and you find out that the other nations they don't have to, the law doesn't apply to them, so we can defraud the other nations. You think that okay, well, as we can defraud the other nations, you might go to thinking that you can defraud your brother, man. And that's not what it is. We can do certain things, but certain things we cannot do. Just like there's nothing wrong with going to the gun range. There's nothing wrong with going to a gun show. There's nothing wrong with going to see a sword show or something like that. But guess what? That's something that you do not publicize for everybody to see, man. You have to be harmless as a serpent and wise as a dove and harmless as a serpent, man.
Said it back.
Oh, Saki.
As wise as a serpent and harmless.
Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Saki. You got something? I know you had something.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6 was very powerful. They said, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. And the Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all that is upon the face of the earth.
Right, a special people, man. A special meaning peculiar. All right, so we're not like the other nations, man. All right, the Most High, give me Sirach 33 and 10. The Most High didn't make us like these other nations. Just going back to the brother's point. We can't do the things that they do. We can't eat pork. All right. Go ahead, though.
This is Sirach 33 and 10. It says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself.
Right, so some nations have he exalted, man. All right, like Ishmael, he exalted them. But some have he blessed and brought near himself. Read again, Salaki.
It says, some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified.
Right, sanctified, man. Okay, which is the same thing as holy. All right, meaning to be separate. Okay, give me Deuteronomy 32 and 8. So we're separate from the nations, man. All right, we're a peculiar people. Yeah, as I said, special people.
Yeah, that means we have a code of conduct. We have to act a certain way, man.
That's right.
So when we go out in the world, we have to set ourselves as an example for not only, if you're, not only for the men that's under us, but for the other nations as well. Because we are set to be the pinnacle of a perfect society.
Right. When they see us, they see perfection. All right, which we once had that. All right, during the time of Solomon. Okay. And we're going to have it again in the kingdom, all right? We're going to have it again in the kingdom, all right? And it's going to be magnified, okay? And that's the glory, man.
Right.
That's going to be the glory, man. Go ahead with that.
So Deuteronomy 32 and 8, it said, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, he separated the sons of Adam. When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Right, man. Why did he set the number according to the children of Israel? Okay, because the earth is our inheritance, man. All right, and he gave us the heathen. Okay, he gave us the heathen as an inheritance, man. That's in Psalms 2, you know. But he divided the people, but he divided it for Israel's sakes, man. All right. So we're the top nation, period. So like, go ahead.
Well, the Lord's portion is the Lord's portion is his people, and Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Right. So the Lord's portion is his people. So Israel belongs to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, whom we call Yahweh. We don't belong to the American society. We don't belong to the so-called white man.
Yeah.
All right. Our heritage is that of being a son of God, man. All right. We don't belong to the nations. The nations belong to us. It's vice versa, man. We're just at the bottom because we trespassed, and the Lord put us in slavery. He cursed us. All right, according to the law of Moses. All right, and he allowed the base nations to rule over us. Okay, and now basically, Salaki, and now he's basically allowing them to rule over us, but he's gonna give us the rule back, man. You know, Salaki, go ahead.
This is Second Ezra, chapter 8, verse 56. It says, "For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways." You know, and this is speaking to Israel, man. You know, because they had liberty, which the word liberty means to have a certain right, you know, to perform actions or freedom. You know, so when they had the choice to do what was right and what was wrong, you know, they hated the Most High, man. You know, so in the world, when you look at Jake, you know, which we classify them as the 2/3 undesirables of the Lord, man, they had liberty because they have liberty when they see and they walk past the camp, you know, on Saturdays, or they come across brothers' videos, man, they have liberty to choose to do the right thing and listen or get into the swing of things or not. But guess what? They hated the Most High, man. You know, and they loathe this law. Why? Because the law represents order, man. You know.
And one thing, Salaki,
Yeah.
the liberty is given to you from the Most High Yahweh. Okay, that's the reason why the so-called white man has rulership over the earth right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Most High that is giving them liberty. Okay, and he gave us liberty at one point. Okay.
It says, "Thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness, and said in their heart that there is no God." They said there wouldn't be any poverty, or there wouldn't be any sicknesses and diseases. So they like to say that there is no God, man, because God doesn't personify what they think. You know. It says, "And said in the heart there is no God, and that knowing they must die." You know. So there's 2/3 of our people out there that have to be put to death. The simple fact is that they don't believe in the Most High, you know, because they're willful, man. Our people are willful. Our people are stubborn and stiff-necked and hard-hearted, man. And they want to do what they want to do, you know. And that's not part of what the Lord set for us to do, you know. The whole duty of man is to fear the Lord and keep his commandments,
Right.
you know, not to do what you want to do. Because what you want to do is vain, you know? It says, "For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught," you know? "But they which he created have defiled the name of him that made them."
Right. So the Lord's intention wasn't for us to become not, man. You know. What do you see in the world? You see people being put to death, and they'll blame the Most High. Okay, you can't blame the Most High when the Lord is giving you liberty, man. You know. So
It says,
it's like,
"Oh no, you good?
precept.
Got you." It says, "But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand." You know, so they weren't even thankful for the Most High that gave them the life that they're living, man. Because to them, it's not good enough. You know, to them, they'd rather be doing this or doing that. Something that's tangible, something that's vain and that's you know that's that's there's something that's vain and something that's empty under the sun, man. But disregarding the fact that the Lord created you, your life, and the sun in the universe, man. So you owe it to the Lord to do what He told you to do. But like I said, man, our people are willful. You know, they take what they see out in the world and they say, "Oh, I can go do that, or I can go do wrong, or I can go do right." You know, and because wrong is pleasing to the eye, and what they feel they should do, they rather do wrong, man, instead of following order and doing what's right, not knowing that the wrong path is death and the right path is everlasting life.
That's right. All right, so
Okay.
this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 29. It says, "Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions."
God, that's the script I've been looking for the
Yeah.
longest. You know,
Yeah.
so
An invention is nothing more than a device, man.
kind of
You know. In fact, I'm going to the word real quick. It's like,
no problem. Yeah, the Lord made man upright. You know, so the Lord made men to perform things that are righteous, things that are right. You know, things that are of light and not darkness. But guess what? Because men have emotions. You know, men have aspirations, and they have their own will. You know, they want to seek out things that'll benefit them in what they think. You know, how their life should go. You know, so they seek out these inventions such as homosexuality. You know, such as racketeering and defrauding each other, man. You know, and appearing as if they're what do they call it? Not being tough, but intimidation. You know, they wanna intimidate so so they can be feared, man. You know, so they can be respected because they act and deep down they fear what other people think. You know, these things are the invention of men. Why? Because they have different insecurities, man. But if you lean upon the Lord, you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. You know, because it's all vain and it doesn't matter. You know, but that's something that these other Israelite camps don't get, man. You know, that's why ISUPK puts you know the gun range on camera. You know, that's why IUIC puts weddings and reunions and picnics on camera, man. You know, and that's why GLCC puts baptisms on camera, man. So they can appeal to men. You know, when it's not about appealing to men, it's about appealing to the Most High.
that's right.
You're trying to wake up the whole nation of Israel. This ain't the time for
Well, the Lord, where it says only a remnant shall return. So,
it.
and this Amos 9, I think it's 12, I believe. The citizens of my people shall die. All right, it's like
Yeah, like you said, sin of my people shall die, man. You know, so there's no way we can possibly wake up all of Israel because it's already prophesied that 2/3 is going to be put to death. You know why? Because they're abusing their liberty that the Lord has given them. You know, they're taking what the life that the Lord has given them and is doing evil and wickedness, man. You know,
this is this is Amos chapter 9, verses 8. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob." All right, so he said he's going to utterly destroy it, and how he's going to utterly destroy it is by thermonuclear fire, man. ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, it says, "Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob." All right, not all from the house of Jacob, but a remnant. Okay, it says the Lord. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us." All right. So, and a lot of our people think like that, man. They think that the said judgments that the Lord has set up through prophecy is not going to overtake their well-being, man. All right. So that's why they're posting. Reason why they post that stuff is because they're about that stuff, man. You know, and they're pretty much letting the world know what they're about, okay, and what it's about, you know,
Yeah.
basically. Slap. Yeah, that was it.
You still got the 1 Corinthians.
Yeah, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. It said, but take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Yeah. Be careful lest the liberty of yours become a stumbling block to those that are weak, you know, especially to new men that are coming into faith, man. And the thing is that you have, for example, you have somebody like Element, you know, or what's the guy's name? I can't remember his name. Nick.
You talking about Shine?
Yeah.
Shine and Refine.
Khan. You know,
Nicholas.
You know, I can't even remember the man's Hebrew name because I don't even care. But guys like that, man, they claim that they're doing it for the little ones, you know, and things that they are doing, these radio shows and these obscure abstract topics that they're trying to go into, you know, and these different scriptural breakdowns that don't even hold any weight, you know, they don't even care that they're offending or they're setting the weak ones astray, man, you know.
Because you can say one thing, because we know, as the scriptures say, a little leaven, a lump, leaven the whole lump, slap you. And you can say one thing, and it can pretty much corrupt the whole, you know, it can corrupt a portion of the truth, you know?
Yeah. Which corrupts all of it, man.
Right, exactly. So people take it on not in its purest form, you know? So, anyway.
Yeah, like you said, they don't take it in its purest form because now they're already offended, you know? Now you've presented something to them that is something other than what their idea of righteousness is, man. You know, without even giving them the full understanding of something first. You know, such as you know, going and just to throw something out there, such as, you know, going to an event that you were invited to, but it happens to be on a so-called holiday, man. You know, if you let younger brothers see some things like that, not even fully understanding the scriptures and why we have liberty to do something like that, that can destroy their minds, man. You know, because they're thinking that those holidays are evil, which they are, and they don't want nothing to do with it. But guess what? Now you're going out and you're feasting and you're eating things that are offered to idols, and the younger brothers don't understand that, man. You can cause those brothers to fall out of the truth. You know, you going and putting gun ranges on camera, man, uploading that shit on YouTube, and younger brothers don't know what that's about. Young brothers don't understand why you're doing that, or you know, or why that's good or why that's bad, man. You know, so that's disrupting the sight of what a man of the Lord should be to them. You know, and next thing you know, you're losing souls, man, and that's blood on your hands. Can you still going?
So verse 10 for you. If any man see thee which has knowledge, sit at the meat, and the idols of the temple shall not be consensed of him which is weak, and voted to eat those things which were offered unto idols.
All right, so now you're looking at a brother that's weak, and now he's looking at that, and he's like, man, what the fuck? Like, I thought that, you know, we weren't supposed to do that, or I thought that, you know, that's evil that we're doing. So now they're thinking that we're doing things that are evil, man.
Yeah,
and that's
like
not
the
12, case.
Like the 12 tribes sign.
Yeah.
The 12 tribes sign, you know, Cornelius, the Gentiles, the RFID chip.
Yeah.
You know, that should have been first. You know, now you got people believing that the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So in hindsight, really, they're taking the RFID, the severity of it, and they're taking it lightly, man.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, because you got guys teaching to get the chip, or teaching. You have guys not teaching the chip as the mark of the beast. So it's because you're not warning them not to get the chip, and not warning them as the mark of the beast. Like you said, they're gonna take that lightly, man, and they're gonna get that mark, and that's gonna cost them their salvation, man. You know.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verses 17. It says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right, because you got guys that don't teach prophecy, man. You got guys that really don't teach the law. You know, they claim that they're about the law, but they don't teach the law, man. They don't teach the intricacies of the law and why the law was constructed in a certain manner. You know, and there's a reason why things should be, man. You know, so when the Lord came, he said, "Look, I didn't come to destroy the law and the prophets, man. You know, but I came to what?
Fulfill.
But I came to fulfill, man. Meaning carry it out, to be an example, man. So so people can know what to follow and what not to follow. Why? Because the men back then, Pharisees and scribes, were being horrible examples to Israel, man. They were saying things Israel shouldn't do, but behind closed doors, they were doing things that weren't right, man. Just like now today, you got Israelite camps. No, take Yahawashi, for example. Oh, the law this, the law that, the law this. But guess what? They're lining up their beards, man. You know, they're committing adultery, man. You know, they're stepping in each other's marital affairs. You know,
Defrauding.
right? And they're defrauding people, man. You know, that's wrong. Go ahead.
It says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law."
Yeah, so no matter how small it is or how big it is, man, you don't get it passed from the law. You know, we might, and you got guys that use the excuse, "Oh, we're under grace and we're under mercy." Yeah, that's true, but that's in case of breaking the law unintentionally, man. You know, we still have to keep the law to the best of our ability, man. You know, so no making of excuses. Oh, Ezekiel 5 is talking about, oh, we can cut our beards and this and that, man. When that's not even what the scripture is talking about. You know, you got guys that's not doing their proper research and putting these breakdowns out there to the younger brothers and don't even care that they're right or wrong, man. And they're costing brothers their souls.
And it's a lot of them. It's a lot of you have just been popping up, you know. So, and this is, you know, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill."
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then part of that is prophecy, man. Okay, because a lot of things were prophesied. All right, mainly that chip, you know. So it says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled." Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you got people that are saying that, you know, the chip and the mark of the beast, you know, they're really trying to disannul the Most High's his prophecy, man. You know, they're really trying to say that they're really saying that's not going to come to pass, man. But it is, man. So it's a lot of these guys that's working against the prophecy, man, when they say certain things, man. You know, it says, "So whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so,"
which a lot of you guys out there, man, are teaching men so and don't even understand. You know, are teaching men to not follow the law. You know, and you might think, "Oh, I'm not teaching brothers to not follow the law," but yeah, you are, because brothers see you and who you are, man. When you get on camera and your face is lined up, you're teaching men that they don't have to follow that law. You know, they're thinking, "Oh, I can do it too because this guy's teaching and he's an Israelite and a lot of people follow him. So, you know, he must know what he's talking about. This brother deep, he goes in a lot of information and history. So, you know what? I'm just going to get lines too. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, but there is something wrong with that, man. So you're teaching brothers that don't have the ability to discern yet, you know, because you're teaching them that don't have the ability to discern yet to go off, man. And that's unacceptable.
And they capture that same rebellious, you know, envious spirit that you guys have, man. You niggas out there, man. You know, they latch on and they become rebellious.
Yeah.
Spreading their wickedness.
Yeah, that spirit is transferred, man. What you guys don't know is that you are actually spreading demons, man, demonic spirits on brothers. You're giving them that willful, do what thou wilt spirit, man. So when somebody does come and correct them, then it's a problem.
Let me go ahead and got Acts 20 and 29. It says, "For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock." Right?
Yeah, grievous wolves entering among you, not sparing the flock, man. Which guess what? That goes into Jude 1 and 6. That's a great scripture. You know, you have men crept in unawares, you know.
Yeah. And so as it was then, so it is now, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not sparing the flock, meaning that they're not sparing them from what? The destruction. You know? They're actually pushing them towards the destruction. Because they're not caring enough to teach them what is right and what is wrong. You know? In order to save themselves from the destruction, in order to save themselves from being judged by Yahawashi, man. Because a lot of guys out there are hirelings, man. They don't care for the flock.
That's right. It says not sparing the flock, as also of your own selves shall men arise speaking perverse things.
Yeah, perverse things as the RFID chip isn't the mark of the beast, you know, or it's an embargo, or it's Christianity, you know, or you don't have to worry about that. You can get lineups, or you even got guys out there saying that that Ishmael, or that Edom is Ishmael, man, you know, instead of the so-called white man,
or Edom is Japheth,
right? Or Edom is Japheth, man. You know, you got guys saying that Cornelius isn't an Israelite, that all nations can be saved, man. That's blasphemy. You know? Go ahead.
It says, perverse things to draw away disciples after them.
Yeah, to draw away disciples after them, because it's not about the Lord. When you look at these guys and what they're teaching and what they're about, they're not about Yahawashi, not about truth's sake. They're about gaining followers. They're about heaping disciples under themselves, man. You know? They want to be that nigga. Everybody in Israel thinks that they're the one, you know? And no, you're not the one. Yahawashi is the one, man.
That's right. Can I bring on a point really quick? It says in verse 30, it says, also of your own selves shall men arise speaking perverse things, all right, to draw away disciples after them, right? So I went and looked up the word perverse things, and it's the Greek word is diastrepho. It says to distort, turn aside, to oppose, plot against the saving purposes and plans of God, man. All right. So guys is talking about the RFID chip and the mark of the beast. Then you got guys in that come in and say that the 12 tribe sign isn't is not biblical, or it's or it's an idol, or whatever the case may be. When that sign helped bring in the elect, man, the hopeful elect.
Yeah.
Okay. So these guys are working against the spirit, man. The scripture talk about is they always fight against the spirit, man.
Yeah.
And then they fight, they happily, say they happily fight against the spirit.
Yeah, unless you find happily fighting against the Most High.
Right, man. Only because they oppose what the doctrine that was given through the spirit of Yahawashi to the elders, man, to the apostles. Only because now it's with them it's a pissing contest, man.
Yeah.
Who can piss the fathers?
Yeah.
Who can have many debates? Who can appease the people out there?
Yeah.
That's all these guys are showing, man. And they're just bringing up more miscreants, as the apostle said, man, as he called them, man. He's just bringing up more rebellious, more self-willed, more presumptuous people, man. Or niggards, man.
Yeah.
Niggas that don't repent, man. It's like it says to oppose, plot against the saving purposes and plans of the Most High, plans of God. It says to turn aside from the right path, to pervert, corrupt.
That means you're turning against prophecy, man. Yeah. That means you're trying. That means you're negating prophecy. You're trying to negate prophecy by saying that the thermonuclear missiles, in Revelation 13 isn't talking about missiles. It's talking about an army.
Right.
Or the RFID chip isn't the mark of the beast. It's Christianity. It's an embargo. Or we can get lineups, or we can or we don't have to let the Gentiles in, man. Dark skinned people aren't Israelites. Light skinned or people that look like Edomites aren't Israelites, man.
Oh, the confusion of face.
Yeah, kind of
confusion of face.
Looking at
Israelites being dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth and looking like the heathen, man. Yeah, man. It's clear, man, what you guys are on, man.
This is Galatians.
I'll finish this line. Finish this. It says, to draw away disciples after them, therefore watch. And remember that by the space of 3 years, I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears, man. All right. And now, brethren, I commend you to the Most High and to the word of his grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified. All right. So, and you got guys that's coming in for their own self, man, creating their own righteousness. They're not looking for the coming. Really, they're not looking for the coming of that day, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They don't want to see the morning come, so to speak. They want to live in the night. They want to continue in the night. Mm-hmm. And so they think like the night. They think in darkness, man. You know? All right, so slow. Yeah, that was it.
This is Galatians 5:13. It says, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh. So the liberty we've been called into is the spirit of Yahawashi, man. So you don't use that liberty as an occasion to the flesh, meaning you don't use it to feed your ego, man. You know?
Right, the old you, bringing the old you back, and your old you in the truth, you know,
using the truth as an excuse to do wickedness, man. Right. Such as defrauding your brother, such as you ask your brother to give you a certain amount of money for whatever business it is, man, and you think it's cool to rip a brother off because he's a lower rank than you, or you think it's cool to just be an outright tyrant to brother just because they're younger ranks than you, man, or this brother doesn't know certain things in the spirit, so you're gonna take advantage of it, and that's possible just because you're the head of the camp, or you're 3 positions over, that's not cool, man. That's not fucking cool. It says, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. For the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So you treat the brothers that are around you as yourself, man. You don't fucking use your position or your authority to do and say whatever you want to brothers, man. The Lord will get rid of you real fast for that shit, man. You niggas are willful and unlearned and unruly, man.
Self-will.
Yeah, there's a certain way you have to treat brothers, man. You have to treat the same brothers with the same respect that you would treat the Lord, man. If the Lord came back right now today, would you talk to brothers the same way you talk to them? Would you talk to him the same way you talk to brothers? Would you treat him the same way you treat brothers? Would you try to defraud him or rip him off or clown him like you clown brothers, man? And a lot of you guys make public spectacles of this shit, man. Y'all make public spectacles of brothers. Y'all put brothers on Front Street on camera, man. You embarrass brothers on camera on certain things. You put brothers' business out there and the address and whatever it is, man. That's not cool. It says, but if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Because the flesh is weak. The flesh is arrogant. The flesh is unruly, man. So you might take a situation that you should meditate on in the spirit and become totally fleshly, and you're gonna end up putting a curse on yourself, man. And that you should be afraid of. That you should be meditating on day and night. Like, what am I treating brothers the right way? Am I talking to brothers the way it should be, should be talked to? Am I leading brothers the right way? Am I being a tyrant? Am I being an asshole? Am I, the things that I'm pushing out in my videos and the titles that I'm putting out, is it for the benefit or the edification of Israel, or is it just because I want to be known? It's just because I want people to see my breakdown of what this is, instead of edifying people to get them to know and understand and information for their salvation. It says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. You know, and there's a lot of niggas out there giving provision to the flesh, man, and not meditating in the spirit. And as time winds down, you know, and we get further and further along in the world, as the world begins to die, the demons get stronger and stronger, man. You know, and the flesh is going to get harder and harder to fight. You know, it says so that ye cannot do the things that you would, but if ye be led of the spirit, you're not under the law. And this is a scripture that niggas take for granted, man. They think, oh, well, we under the spirit, so we're not under the law. No, the law is a part of the spirit, man. What that is saying that you're not under the curse of the law, which is death. You know, if you're in the spirit and you end up breaking the law unintentionally, you know, the Lord can forgive you for that. But that doesn't mean break the law intentionally and be an asshole, man. The Lord can destroy you, you know?
Yeah, being reckless.
It says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, you know, which a lot of you guys out there commit, man. Fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, which means jealousy, man.
Because this whole society based their lifestyle upon.
And all of this, man, these are all demonic spirits, man, which you guys bring to the table when you put out those videos, you know, trying to be that nigga, or trying to be tough, or trying to prove whatever the hell you're trying to prove, man, that has nothing to do with the edification of Israel and their salvation, man. You guys are killing your own people, man. You guys are worse than demonic drug dealers on the street. It says wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies. You know, so you have divisions. You have
uprisings.
You know, bearing false witness on the scriptures. You know, false breakdowns. It says envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against there is no law. Against us there is no law. You know? So all those things encompass the one commandment which says, love thy brother, love thy neighbor as thyself, man. You know? But you guys are proven not to love your neighbor as yourself. Because the things that come out of your mouth, man. And the scriptures say it's not what goeth in, not what's going in maketh the man unclean, but what comes out, man. Roughly paraphrasing. You know? And you guys aren't careful of the things that you're putting out there for the bulk of our people to see, man. Right. It was up for you. We would never be fucking saved. We would not reach salvation. We would all fucking die here in Babylon, man.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 3:9 says, for we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth.
Yeah, thereupon. Let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon, man. Because you got guys that take what they've learned from the men that have been laboring, which the apostles and Elder Grade Millstone.
Since the beginning. And going back to Abba Bid.
And they perverted, man.
And this foundation wasn't set up on, this ain't no fluke, man. That's the best way I can put it. The foundation is Yahawashi, man. And he gave it to certain individuals, and he continued to have grace on certain individuals whom we hold in high esteem, man. Right. You know? So this is the Most High's work, man. So for anybody to come and try to bring their own twist towards it, or try to oppose it, you're only doing it to your own destruction, man. You know? And I know I'm saying the same thing the brother's saying, you know? But hey, man, it's not right, but that's your guys' lot, man. That's what lot y'all in, man. You know?
This is First Maccabees 1:11. Oh, Slaki.
Keep talking, man. Slaki. I hate keep talking Slaki. 1 Corinthians 3:9. 3:11. It says, for other foundation can no man lay then that is laid, which is Yahawashi. Now, right, so nobody can lay no other foundation but Yahawashi, right? It says now if, and that's what these guys try to do. They try to create their own foundation, you know, and then they try to mix it up. They become, have radio shows,
Put yourself on a pedestal.
Right, man. When all you had to do in the first place was just, follow the order that the Lord has set up, man, and have faith, man, and have faith in it, man, and continue in the works, man, and we don't have time to be offended, man. We have work to do, man, period. We have work to do. And the time's getting short, sloppy. So 1 Corinthians 3:12, it says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it. All right. And every man's work is being manifest right now as we speak. Okay. It says, because it shall be revealed by fire.
Revealed by fire, by testing, by trial.
And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is, man. And ain't it trying it now? The fire, man. That's why that's the Lord, man. And he used certain individuals. A lot of you being tried, man. That great millstone, okay, is grinding you people, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord put the spirit on certain individuals, the apostles, man, to say certain things, get on certain camps. All right, to prove their message, man, to try their message. And a lot of you guys are failing, man. All right?
That's right.
So like it says, if any man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. All right? If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. All right? So that was it. So you can go into slide.
This is First Maccabees 1:11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So you got, and the reason why I brought the scripture is because you got guys now today that claim that they're Israelites, man, and do whatever they can to actually assimilate into society. Or not even assimilate, but to seek love from society, man. You know, guys that are pimping out their own nation just to seek counsel and seek love from Esau, man. And that's not expedient for the spirit of what's going on, man. And the spirit of what's going on is the spirit of uprising, or I won't even want to say uprising, but the spirit of awakening, But you got guys that know who they are and who their people are, that are working to put their people back to sleep, man, by not giving them the spiritual meat that they need, man. It says, so this device pleased them well, then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. And also on the flip side, you got Jake that's trying to be so much into the world, man. They want to be a part of the white man society. They want to be part of the red Hebrew Edomite society, man. Which is joining the sports world and joining the corporate world or the fraternities and to receive benefits, man, in this life, and don't give a damn about their own people, man.
I got a quick hitter. Galatians 1:6, it says, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahawashi unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Yahawashi. All right. And that's what people have done. Okay. Because the things that they're saying wasn't established in the beginning, wasn't part of the foundation. The things that these people certain individuals who bring out these wayward doctrines, the things that they're saying wasn't part of the foundation. All right. That was sown into the men of the Lord, man. All right. It says, it says, and would pervert the gospel of Yahawashi, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Yeah, let him be a curse, man. So a lot of you guys, like I said earlier, you're putting curses on yourselves, man, for not teaching the correct doctrine, you know, in the will of the Lord, man. And you're going to find out real soon that what you've been doing is not in your best interest. You know, when these prophecies start coming to pass and you start getting caught in the destruction and the hell that is to come, you're going to remember everything that came out of your mouth, man. Every video that you put out there, every wayward doctrine that you put out there, and every breakdown that you intentionally broke down wrong, man, and deviated from what you've been taught. You're going to understand and know that it wasn't worth it, you know, because you're going to be judged according to your works, pursuant to the 1 Corinthians 3, you know, verse 9 that the brother read earlier, man. Go ahead, on. That wasn't Psalm 63.
Wisdom in Solomon 6 and 3. It says, "For the power is given unto you from the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest."
Yeah, so we've been given sovereignty. So you got guys that say, got the black conscience nigga that say, "Oh, we sovereign." But what the sovereignty that you're seeking is from the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. You know, the sovereignty that you're seeking is from man and not from the Most High. Which, if you were to come back to the Most High, you would understand that His sovereignty is supreme, man. You know, and we have liberty to do what is right in the sight of the Lord. That's what our liberty is. Liberty to do what is right, to be the light in the darkness. You know, not to be a part of the darkness and to have an excuse to have occasion to make provision to the flesh. That sounded really weird, but
No,
that made sense.
Yeah.
That sounded weird, but not to make provision for the flesh, you know, but to be a guiding beacon of light in the darkness, man. To do what is right, to prophesy, to stand up for oppression, man, of your people, you know? Go ahead.
Who shall try your works?
Who shall try your works, man? Go ahead.
Search out your counsels, because being ministers of His kingdom, have ye not not judged right, nor kept the law.
Yeah, you have not judged the right or kept the law, man. Which that's what we are supposed to do. But guess what? You niggas ain't judging the right. You're not keeping the law. You're doing everything you can to justify yourself and not keeping the law, and just find that what you are saying and what you're doing is the right thing.
Because the law is what love thy neighbor as thyself, right? And basically, when they oppose us, what they become our enemies, man.
Yeah.
You know? They oppose the spirit.
But you got guys saying, "Oh, we looking out for the little ones." You destroying the little ones.
Yeah, you're destroying. You making them double? What it say? The scriptures say double the child of hell or something to that.
They keep on disciples unto themselves and make them double the child of hell.
Some slacking. I'll look it up.
So walk after the counsel of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you.
Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. So you got guys that say, "Oh, the Most High ain't gonna do good or evil. He ain't gonna do nothing. You know, I'm gonna continue and doing what the hell I want to do, and that's gonna be that." Not knowing that the Lord's going to judge you, man, sooner than later. You might think, "Oh, because it's been 4 or 5 years since you've been teaching that madness, that the Lord's not going to judge you." You know, but it comes faster than what you think, man. It might happen to where martial law might pop off, and 30 minutes into a national emergency, you get run over by a tank, man. You know, or a tank is shooting a cannon and it has to go through your house to hit its target, man. Or you might be the target.
241. Oh, okay, good. I got that precept real quick.
Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 23, verses 15. It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." Right? Because one thing we know is that we have the same individuals with the same, well, I say the same spirits that were back then, we have them now, okay? It says, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte." All right?
And who fits that description? IUIC, man. You know, they could pass land and sea to make a proselyte, man, to make new converts and new additions to their congregation, man. Great Millstone doesn't have to do that. You know, they don't have to go to England and go to Jamaica and go to Ghana. The Spirit moves, man. You know,
thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
right? The eyes will see our teacher, man. The apostles others didn't have to go anywhere. They didn't travel outside of the East Coast, man. And guess what? Now they have disciples all over the world, man. You know, but you guys go to different countries and go over the seas just to prove that you're not lacking behind the elders, man. They're trying to have a dick swinging contest, man. When it's not about that. Go ahead.
It says, yeah, it says, so woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
Yeah, so when he switches over to your side, man, he does become an asset of your cause. But guess what? He becomes a greater evil than you are. You know, because look at his example. His example is an evil, conniving, two-timing snake, man. So he learns from you and he perfects that evilness, man. Because you know, Jake, the scriptures say Jake was a plain man dwelling in tents. And you go to that word plain, what is it, tha, which means perfect, you know? And Jake is perfect at anything, or perfects anything that they do, man. So if Jake's example is wickedness, guess what? Jake is going to thrive and perfect that wickedness, man. You know? Instead of thriving and perfecting in the spirit of Yahawashi, man. You know?
Perfected and add more to it.
Right, creating little devils and demons, man. That was it on that?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, so no.
But that was just a point right there.
Okay, kind of. Was you done there?
So back in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 4, verse 5, it said, "Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them, and be in the high places."
A sharp judgment, man. That means it's going to be quick and painful, man. You know? So you're going to be judged no matter what you think or what you say, man. Give me Ezekiel 12 and 24. You know? You guys are going to be judged. You know? You go, or whatever it may be. I don't know what the Lord has in store for you. But guess what? What you are doing is not acceptable in the Lord, man. And he's slow to wrath and slow to anger. But guess what? When he decides to come down on you, it's going to be hell to pay, man. And you guys ain't scared of y'all don't fear the Most High. That's why you're doing the things that you're doing. You know? That's why you're spreading the lies and hearsay and blasphemy that you are spreading, man. Because you don't fear the Lord. You honestly don't have any faith in the Lord, man. Y'all just want to feed your own bellies.
Yeah. That's why it's exhausting talking to them, man, because they just gonna do themselves, man. I guess we gotta come behind them and
Clean up.
You know, and that's what we do. It says defend the gospel, man. You know, we're defenders of the gospel.
Go ahead.
And then at this point, it's pretty much out of our hands who gonna be saved and who's gonna basically get this tree of life, you know, and have that oil. Certain individuals don't. Go ahead. Do you have something?
You said Ezekiel 12 and
12 and 24?
This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 24. For there shall be no more any vain visions or flattering divinations with the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
For I am the Most High, and I will speak, and the words that I shall speak shall come to pass.
Yep.
And it shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, for in your day, rebellious house, I will say the word, and I will perform it, said the Most High.
Yeah, so like I said, you got guys that think judgment isn't coming, man. You got guys that are saying that they're Israelites and spreading these hearsays actually don't think that the prophets of the Lord are coming to pass, man. They don't think that there's a mark of the beast coming. They don't think that there's martial law. They don't think that there's gonna be race riots and pestilence and all hell out chaos, man. But the word of the Lord will come to pass, man. And guess what? What are you gonna be able to say that your works are, man? What are you gonna be able to say that you did for the Lord? Not a damn thing, because everything you did was for yourself. Go ahead.
So verse 26. And again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, the house of Israel say the vision that he see it is for many days, for it's like for many days to come. And he prophesied for a time that is afar off.
Yeah, so and you got guys along with the church and along with just Jake in general that think that the Lord, what the prophecies are going to come whenever they come, or they're not even going to come, or that's 20 years from now, or oh, we've been saying that since the beginning of time, and we've been in the last trumpet for 30 years, and this and that and blah 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 and all that bullshit, man. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Galatians 5 and 5. It says, "For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith." And that's on our behalf, man. In which that's what we're supposed to be doing, man. Keeping that faith, keeping that hope, man.
Joseph?
Yeah.
That was super quick.
Yeah, it was just a hitter. Just one hit.
So back in Ezekiel 12 and 28, it says, Therefore say unto them, Thus said the Most High, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Yeah, none of the Lord's words will be prolonged anymore, man. So how much more should you get in order, which you're not. We don't really care if you do or don't, but the things that you are saying and trying to act as if you're revealing mysteries unto our people is wrong, because you have liberty to do something does not mean that you should do it, Go ahead.
For my word shall not be prolonged anymore, but my word which I have spoken shall be done.
Words that he has spoken shall be done, man.
Said the Most High.
And the word that the Lord has spoken, man, is that most of you guys are gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. For speaking heresies, man.
That's right. I got something.
Okay, now.
This is the second. Ephesians chapter 2 and 1. It says, and you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
In times past, you all walked according to this world, man. But guess what? You guys are taking that and bringing it to the truth, man. When that's supposed to be time past. But guess what? Just because you guys are in the truth, you guys don't think that you're still walking according to this world, according to the power of Satan, man. Go ahead.
It says, according to the prince of the power of the air, which is Satan. It says, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, which is the 2/3. All right, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. All right, so a lot of you guys, fit the mold. All right, because you continue, just because you have liberty, you continue to be your old self. You think you're not. You think you covered because you calling on Yahawashi. And if you don't shape up, it's going to end bad for you, man. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't apply these merits, these principles, that's in the scriptures, which we were talking about, man. You know, you're gonna be overcome, man. All right, because being a 2/3 is gonna get you killed, regardless of how you wanna view it, man.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
ain't a sweet deal, man. You know, you got guys saying that it's a sweet deal even if you're a 2/3 because you still make it to the kingdom.
that ain't a sweet
no.
deal. Not the judgment you got set up, not the shame that you're gonna feel. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna be you're not going. Hey, man, you're not gonna be like the scripture say in Matthew. I think it was chapter 10 and 34. Man, you're. Let me just get it so I can.
Why he on getting that? Colossians 2 real quick.
Oh no, it's 5 and 17. So like 5 and 17. It says no, it's 19. Matthew 5 and 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least of the kingdom, called the least in the kingdom.
And guess what?
Of heaven.
That comes with, man. That comes with everlasting content, man. You know, that comes with suffering too. You know, suffering of the mind. You might not be gonna be suffering physically because you'll be in the kingdom, but you'll be suffering in your mind every day, man. You know, you have that remorse, that low self-esteem every day of your life, man. You know, that sense of shame. You know, that's what that comes with. That's not a sweet deal, you know. Is it?
Oh yeah, that's it on that. But I got another one.
Okay.
Oh, that's Daniel. Slide.
So Colossians chapter 2, verse 20 said, wherefore if ye be dead with Yahawashi.
Right. Wherefore you be dead with Yahawashi. Because remember, when you come into the truth, you are dead in the world. You know. So you need to live with Yahawashi, right? Go ahead.
In the rudiments. Sorry, the rudiments of the world. Why as thou living in the world, ye are subject unto the ordinance. Touch not, taste not, handle not.
Right. So you're subject to the ordinances while you're in the world, you know. So you're not really supposed to handle anything that is of the world, you know. Go ahead.
Which is all to perish with the using.
Right, which is all to perish with the using. Why? Because anything of the world and in the world is vanity. You know?
And most of the time, when we say the world, most of the people don't understand what we mean by what we say, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's pretty much the activities that the other people are doing in the world that that's not Israelites, man.
What?
You know, these Edomites, all right, these so-called Chinese, they worship, Buddha and all these other deities. You got the so-called white man. He believes in politics, defrauding people with his political system,
Mm-hmm.
and stealing people's lands with his army and military, you know, and creating fake money. You know, you're not supposed to be a part of this system, man. All right, that's just as plain as day. You're not supposed to be a part of these activities, birthdays, holidays, these holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, so on and so forth. From the holidays to everything, and everything in this society that people hold dearly in their hearts to be true is all against the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know.
So after the commandments and doctrines of men,
Mm-hmm.
which things have indeed shewed of wisdom and well worship and humanity and humility and neglecting of the body, not in any honor to the satisfying of the flesh.
Yeah, not in any honor and satisfying of the flesh, man. You know? And that's where we're not in the business of satisfying the flesh. We're in the business of having honor and satisfying Yahawashi, man. You know? Because one thing that you guys have bad is satisfying your flesh. Because you can't or you don't have the spirit to reject your own flesh, you know? Because you don't have the desire inwardly to serve the Lord. when in fact your desire is inwardly is to be a part of the world, you know? It's to be a demon, man.
To do wicked.
To get over, you know, go on in your life and practically pretty much suck the life out of everything that you come in the presence of, you know. Jake's a narcissist, man.
Yeah, that's a good word. Jake is a narcissist, man.
This is was it
Yeah.
Okay, this is Daniel 12 and 2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life and some to shame and everlasting contempt. All right. Because hey, once again, when we in the kingdom, which is going to be the future world, because this world is going to pass away. Okay. Once we get into the kingdom, man, you're not going to be you're not going to be looked at in high esteem, man. You know, you're going to be just a regular old person, man. And every time you see the men of the Lord that you scoffed against, and that you put the personal business out there, you know what I'm saying, and all that hateful, malicious stuff, you're gonna be completely ashamed, man. You know, you're gonna be completely ashamed, man. And you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I was with them, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I wish I would have never said what I said, did what I did, man. This is this is last one. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 10. This is for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
and what is the main thing? What is the law? Is a law of faith, man. Faith is the law. Okay, believe it. All right, that's the main. And the scriptures say that, man. You know. So and you got people that don't believe in faith, man. That don't have the faith, so they don't believe in the law, man. You know.
It says, the same must know it after death by pain.
So and your reward is death. All right, your reward is death. The 2/3 will be destroyed on this side of how you can say this age, man. On this side of this age, you know.
It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, who the world is, and for whom the world is created. You know, so that's what we're doing, man. We're inquiring on how the righteous shall be saved, man.
That's
so that we can be righteous and be saved.
Right. We always talking about the 144,000, man. You know, that's all. Most of what we talk about, man. You know,
that's all that matters, because the rest is not our business. You know, we know what's going to happen to the 2/3, and we know what's going to be the end of Esau and the other nations, man. Our business is to push on and to gain 144,000 in the elect, man. That's what our business is. That's what we have been sent here to do, man. Not to feed our egos and to be assholes, man. You know, we're here to get a job done, and that job is a reconnaissance mission to recover the remnant, man. And that's it. That's all. You know, and to the guys out there, man, you know, that's been called to do the work, do your job and shut the hell up, man. You know, and to the guys that don't feel like what the Lord has given them to do is enough, or what the Lord has given them is sufficient for what they think their job should be, fuck you, man. Go play in traffic. Because death is reserved for you, man. And I don't feel sorry for you niggas, man. At all. You know? And with that, you know, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. And salutation to the brother on the four corners of the earth, pushing truth and sincerity. You know, and that's doing the work to the best of their ability and using their liberty to, you know, bring forth good tidings of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. You know, so with that, you know, we want to say shalom. Lord willing, we'll be back with another lesson.
So